What the fudge? Hi, this is the Grumpy Geezer. My name's Randy. That's me behind. That's my logo. Anyway, if you're watching this episode, you're watching my very first episode, 001. I hope to produce many, many more. Welcome. Yes, I paused. So I'm sorry. I suffer. I suffer from a disease many of you hobbyists suffer from also. Matter of fact, we're not the only ones who suffer from this disease. I can guarantee you that there are many YouTube sailing channels that also suffer from this disease, as well as people who build cabins. They can't seem to stop themselves. They build a beautiful little cabin, and the next thing you know, they're building another one or they're adding an addition. What's up with that? What the fudge? Hey, just like they have two-foot-itis, us hobbyists who are into CNC machines and woodworking and making things for our friends and families, we have two-inchitis. And let me tell you what I mean by that. It's serious, I'm telling you. This YouTube really can rope a guy in. Before you know it, he's watching and he's seeing these guys on YouTube and they got their little 3018 Pro and they're making things. So you look on Amazon and what do? You go buy one. That's what I did. Best day of my life. Maybe the worst. I don't know. In any event, Genmitsu knows how to market to us. That's for sure. And my intention was innocent. I told my wife, no, it's just this one little machine just so I can play around and keep my hand in CNC and do some designing and make some parts. And, you know, it didn't quite work out like that. Now you might wonder why. Can't you be happy just using a needle-shaped engraving tool? No. I want to use quarter-inch cutters. I want to use ball nose. I want to do all kinds of things that that machine just isn't capable of doing. And you all know, if you're a hobbyist, you know what I'm talking about. It's no different with my hand tools. Same thing. I started out, I've got 4 or 5 planes. I don't touch them anymore. I keep them sharp in case I need them. But man, my joiner does it so much faster. My thickness planer does it so much faster. My table saw does it so much more accurately. Anyway, I think you all get the gist of what I'm talking about. It's a disease and we all have it. And hopefully if you're watching this, you can empathize with me. And maybe keep watching my channel as we explore the ramifications of this horrible disease that we all have. Yeah, I don't think I had my 3018 for more than a month. And I was thinking, how can I mod this machine? Oh yeah, and mod I did. I bought a bigger spindle, and I bought better bearings, and I bought more robust shafts. Now that machine is in pieces in a corner. I've cut up some of the extruded tubing for other machines, and God only knows what happened with that. And I bought some linear bearings, and I built myself another one. It's also in the corner. It worked, did a good job, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. Now, at the time, I was working as a handyman, and I would go out and do work for people and do things and repairs in their house and things like that. So I've got a lot of experience in that regard. And I would save the money I earned from doing those odd jobs, and that's what I invested in my equipment. I also did jobs around my own house, and that summer I put a new fence in. Well, you can't put a new fence in and not protect the tops of the 4x4s. So what did I do? You heard it. You got it. I bought a 3D printer. And I made some plain Jane caps for my 4x4s. But that wasn't enough. I thought it was an affordable little Ender 3 gateway machine. It was a gateway drug, is what it was. Got me involved, damn it. And I never could stop. Next thing you know, I'm printing birds on top of those fence post caps. 16 of them. Each one taking about 16 hours. Do the math. It starts adding up really quick. This little hobby became a passion, became a compulsion. And if you empathize with me because you've been there and done that, well, it's okay. That's all right. Of course, now I have a new Ender 3 V3 KE. And I have a Genmitsu 3040, which is in pieces. I got to finish the parts, building parts of it. And my current CNC is a 6060. So you see, I haven't quite settled down yet. My latest piece of equipment, you see that orange cover over there, that's a Genmitsu L8. You know, they make good equipment, and I'm quite happy with it. There are things I don't like. During this channel, we're going to go over a lot of those things that I don't like, and we're going to explore how do I use them, and how do I like to use them. But I don't just use them to mill wood. I might use it if I need a piece of aluminum that has a hole pattern in it. I'll design it in CAD, and then I'll go and I'll glue up that piece of aluminum and I'll scribe the lines and the holes from the CAD program. And then I'll use the CAD program to center drill all those holes. So when I take it over to my drill press, it's easy for me to get the holes in the right location. And it works every time. Same thing if I have to cut a shape. I'll draw it in CAD. I will scribe it onto the piece, wood or aluminum or brass or bronze or whatever I'm working on, stainless even. And then I can take it over to my bandsaw. I can work it to the lines. You know, that's kind of the way it always started. Why not use some of these tools to do it? Now, if I got to batch out a bunch of things, there's nothing better than these CNC machines. There's nothing faster than my laser to give me those lines now. So you can see, sometimes this stuff doesn't work out. That's when you're going to hear me yell, "What? WT fudge." And also you might see a grumpy geezer. I'm not grumpy. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to making videos that you enjoy to watch. So I'll show you a little more of what I've done in the past and a little more of what I hope to do in the future. But for now, I think this is a good start on my first video. I'm 9 minutes and 45 seconds as I look at the timer. And so, you know, y'all have a good day. We'll see you soon. And just remember, Grumpy Geezer's watching you. Goodbye. Have a good night.